Hello and welcome to Study Digital. Before we begin, I would like to read out this quote by René Descartes. Hope is the desire of the soul to be convinced that dream will come true. So we know in order to determine the position of any object, we need at least two values. We saw when the old man had come to visit Datta Bhau, he asked the boy, where does he live? And the boy said that Datta Bhau lives on the second floor, and specifically he mentioned that his house was the third one from the left. So we saw that we needed two values in order to determine the position or the location of Datta Bhau's house. Those two values are nothing but Cartesian coordinates. So in the first session or part 1 of coordinate geometry, we discussed what are axis, origin and quadrants, the coordinates of a point in a plane, the coordinates of a point on the axis. We saw how to plot the points of given coordinates and we solved the practice set 7.1. So let us quickly revise what all we discussed in the first session. The location of a point can be fully described using its distances from two mutually perpendicular lines. The x-axis and y-axis divide the plane into four parts, each of which is called a quadrant. The quadrants are numbered in anti-clockwise direction. Quadrant 1 has positive numbers, that is the x-coordinate and y-coordinate both will be positive. Quadrant 2 has x-coordinate as negative and y-coordinate as positive. Quadrant 3 has both the coordinates negative, and quadrant 4 has the x-coordinate as a positive value and the y-coordinate as a negative value. The points on the axis are not included in the quadrants. The convention for describing the position of a point is to mention the x-coordinate first and then the y-coordinate. One and only one pair or ordered pair of coordinates is associated with every point in a plane. Steps for plotting the points. First, draw the x-axis and y-axis on the plane, then show the origin. To find point P, draw a line parallel to the y-axis through the point P on the x-axis, which represents the number A. Through the point on the y-axis, which represents the number B, draw a line parallel to the y-axis. The point of intersection of these two lines parallel to y-axis and x-axis respectively is the point P with coordinates A, B. Then in the second session or part 2 of coordinate geometry, we discussed lines parallel to the x-axis, lines parallel to the y-axis. We discussed graph of linear equations, the graph of a linear equation in general form, and we solved the practice set 7.2. So let us quickly revise what we discussed in the second part. If b is greater than 0 and we draw a line y equals to b through a point 0, b, it will be above the x-axis and parallel to it. If b is less than 0, then the line y equals to b will be below the x-axis and parallel to it. The equation of the line parallel to x-axis is the form y equal to b. If we draw a line x equals to a parallel to y-axis passing through the point a, 0, and if a is greater than 0, then the line will be to the right of the y-axis. If a is less than 0, then the line will be to the left of y-axis. The equation of the line parallel to y-axis is of the form x equals to a. The y-coordinate of every point on y-axis is 0. Conversely, every point whose y-coordinate is 0 is on the x-axis. Therefore, the equation of the x-axis is y equals to 0. The x-coordinate of every point on y-axis is 0. Conversely, every point whose x-coordinate is 0 is on the y-axis. Therefore, the equation of the y-axis is x equals to 0. Now today, in part 3 of coordinate geometry, we'll be solving the problem set 7 of your textbook. So let us discuss the first question. It says, choose the correct alternative answers for the following questions. Under this, the first question is, what is the form of coordinates of a point on the x-axis? So we just discussed that if a point lies on the x-axis, its y-coordinate will be 0. In this case, we have only point C here, or option C here, wherein the y-coordinate is 0. So this point is considered to be a point on the x-axis. Second question says, under the first one itself, any point on the line y equals to x is of the form. Now we've been given here y is equals to x, that is the value of y coordinate as well as the value of x coordinate will be 0. And in that case, we have only one option here, A, wherein both have the same values. That is, the x coordinate is also A and the y coordinate is also A. So this will be y equals to x. So this answer for this question, the answer is option A. Under first question, the third one is, what is the equation of x-axis? So we know the equation of x-axis is y equals to 0 and the equation of y-axis is x equals to 0. Therefore, the answer is option B. Next question says, in which quadrant does the point -4, -3 lie? So our x coordinate is -4 and our y coordinate is -3. So let us plot and see in which quadrant does this point lie. So x coordinate is given to be -4. So we locate on the x-axis where is -4. So -4 is here. Now the y coordinate is given to be -3. So on the y-axis we locate where is -3 and -3 is here on the y-axis. Now we join these 2 points by drawing perpendicular lines and the intersection of this point is here. So now we know that this point -4, -3, it lies in the third quadrant. So this is our third quadrant and this point lies here. So the answer is option C. Next question says, what is the nature of the line which includes the points -5, 5, 6, 5, -3, 5 and 0, 5. So let us plot these points and understand what will be the nature of a line that passes through all these 4 points given to us. So our first point is -5, 5. So the x coordinate is -5 and y coordinate is 5. So on the x-axis we locate where is -5. We have -5 here. And on the y-axis we locate where is 5, which is here. So the intersection of these two comes here and it gives us this point -5, 5. So this point lies here. Now the next is 6, 5. So on the x-axis we locate where is 6, which is here. And on the y-axis we locate where is 5, which is here. So the intersection of these two gives us a point that lies here. So 6, -5 point lies here. The next point is given to be -3, 5. Again on the x-axis we will locate where is -3. So -3 is here. And on y-axis we will locate where is 5. Again 5 on y-axis is here. So we draw imaginary lines and the intersection of these 2 points gives us this point -3, 5, which lies here. Lastly, the x coordinate here is 0 and y coordinate is 5. So on the x-axis we locate 0. So 0 is here. On the y-axis we locate 5. So on y-axis we have 5 here. Again, this point lies here on the y-axis since the x coordinate is given to be 0. Now, after plotting all the 4 points, we draw a line which passes through all these 4 points. So, we have been asked what is the nature of the line which includes all the points. So, after drawing this line, you all can see clearly that this line which passes through all the 4 given points is parallel to the x-axis. It is perpendicular to the y-axis, whereas it is parallel to the x-axis. So therefore the nature of this line which passes through all these 4 points is option C, that is parallel to x-axis. The next question says, which of the points P minus 1, 1, Q 3, minus 4, R 1, minus 1, S minus 2, minus 3, T minus 4, 4 lie in the fourth quadrant? Now in order to find out which points out of these given points lie in the fourth quadrant only, we'll have to plot all these 4 points on the graph. So let us consider the first point P. Here the x coordinate of point P is minus 1 and the y coordinate is 1. Therefore on the x-axis we locate where is minus 1. So on the x-axis minus 1 is here. On the y-axis we will locate where is 1, which is here. So we draw a line and the intersection of these 2 points will be the location of point P with x coordinate as minus 1 and y coordinate as 1. So point P lies here. Point Q has x coordinate as 3, which is here, and y coordinate as minus 4, which is here. Again we draw lines passing through these 2 points and the intersection of these 2 lines will be the location of point Q with coordinates 3, minus 4. Similarly, R has x coordinate as 1 and y coordinate as minus 1. So on the x-axis we locate where is 1. So 1 is here, and on the y-axis we locate where is minus 1. So on the y-axis minus 1 is here. We draw lines passing through these 2 points and the intersection of these 2 lines will be the location of point R. So point R lies here. The next point S has x coordinate as minus 2 and y coordinate as minus 3. So on the x-axis we locate where is minus 2. So minus 2 is here. On the y-axis we locate minus 3. So on the y-axis minus 3 is here. We draw lines passing through these 2 points and the intersection of these 2 points will be the location of point S with coordinates minus 2, minus 3. So point S lies here. And lastly, point T has x coordinate minus 4. So on the x-axis we have minus 4 here and y coordinate as 4. So on the y-axis we have 4 here. Again we draw a line passing through minus 4 and 4 and the intersection of these 2 lines will be the location of point T. So point T lies here. Now we need to know, we have to find out that which of these points lie in the fourth quadrant. So if you see here, point T lies in the second quadrant, point S lies in the third quadrant, point P lies in the second quadrant, point Q lies in the fourth quadrant, and point R lies in the fourth quadrant. So our answer is option B. Point Q and R lie in the fourth quadrant. Next question number 2. Some points are shown in the figure. With the help of it, answer the following questions. First one, write the coordinates of points Q and R. So we have to find out what are the coordinates of points Q and R which have been given in this diagram or in this figure here. So point Q lies here. In order to find the location of point Q, we draw a perpendicular from point Q towards the x-axis and we need to intersect that point Q on the x-axis at a certain point. So if you draw a perpendicular from Q towards the x-axis, it intersects the x-axis at point minus 2. So the x-coordinate of point Q is minus 2. Similarly, from point Q, we need to draw a line which intersects the y-axis. So on the y-axis, point Q intersects at point 2. So the y-coordinate of point Q is 2. So the coordinates of point Q are minus 2, 2. Similarly for R. So R is given to be here. So again from point R, we will draw a line towards the x-axis which intersects the x-axis at point 4. So the x coordinate of point R is 4, and from the point R we will draw a line which intersects the y-axis at point -1. So the y coordinate of point R is -1. So we got both the coordinates of both the points in this manner. Next question says, write the coordinates of the points T and M. So similarly, how we did for point Q and R, we will be doing it for point T and M. So let us see, where does point T lie? Okay, so point T lies here. It's given to be here in this figure. So if you observe, this point T lies on the y-axis, and we know the x coordinate of any point that lies, the y coordinate, the x coordinate of any point that lies on the y-axis is 0. Since it lies on the y-axis, its y coordinate is -1, and since it lies on the y-axis, its x coordinate will be 0. So the two coordinates of point T will be 0, -1. 0 will be the x coordinate and -1 will be the y coordinate. Similarly, let us see where is point M given here in this figure. Okay, so point M is here. Now if you all observe, this point lies on the x-axis, right? Now we know the value of the y coordinate of a point which lies on the x-axis is 0. Therefore, the coordinates of point M will be 3, 0 as it intersects or lies on the x-axis at point 3. Therefore, the x coordinate will be 3 and the y coordinate will be 0. Next question says, which point lies in the third quadrant? So if you observe, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. If you see, we have a point S here. So point S lies in the third quadrant and it intersects the x-axis at -3 and y-axis at -2. Therefore, point S with coordinates -3, -2 lies in the third quadrant, right? Next, which are the points whose x and y coordinates are equal? Now we know the origin or the center of the x-axis and y-axis has coordinates 0, 0, and only in this case the points or the coordinates are equal, that is, they have the same value. So point O, that is the origin, is the coordinate or is the point whose x coordinate and y coordinates are equal. The third question says, without plotting the points on a graph, state in which quadrant or on which axis do the following points lie. So here we are not required to plot the points, but just by observing the numbers or the coordinates that or the order pairs that have been given to us, we have to find out in which quadrant does the point lie. Now we know in the first quadrant we have all positive numbers, that is the x coordinate is positive and the y coordinate is positive, which means all the values on the x-axis will be positive as well as all the values on the y-axis will be positive. So that is the identity of quadrant number 1. In the second quadrant, we have all the negative values on the x-axis and all the positive values on the y-axis. In the third quadrant, we have all the negative values on the x-axis and also all the negative values on the y-axis. And the identity of quadrant number 4 or the fourth quadrant is that all the values on the x-axis will be positive and all the values on the y-axis will be negative. That is, the x coordinate will be positive and the y coordinate will be negative. So based on this, let us find out in which quadrant or on which axis do these points lie. So the first point given to us is 5, -3. We know that if a point has x coordinate as positive value and y coordinate as negative value, it lies in the fourth quadrant. So if you observe here, 0.5 is here and -3 is here. If you draw we have not been told to plot the point, but if you draw an imaginary line here and here, the location of this point will be here. And if you see the cursor, it lies in the fourth quadrant. So this point minus 5 comma 3, 5 comma minus 3 lies in the fourth quadrant. Similarly, the second point is given to be minus 7 comma minus 12. We know if we have both the x coordinate and y coordinate as negative values, it lies in the third quadrant. See, x coordinate all negative and y coordinate all negative. So this point lies in the third quadrant. Next is given to us minus 23 comma 4. So the x coordinate is negative and the y coordinate is positive. So where do we have x coordinate as negative and y coordinate as positive? Right, in quadrant number 2. So here we have x all negative values and y all positive values. So this point minus 23 comma 4 lies in the second quadrant. The next point given to us is 0 comma minus 3. Now we know any point that lies on the y-axis has the x coordinate as 0. Therefore, this point lies on the y-axis. And the next point given is minus 6 comma 0. So we know if the coordinate or if the y coordinate of any point is 0, then that point is bound to lie on the x-axis. So minus 0 comma minus 3 lies here, that is on the y-axis, and minus 6 comma 0 lies here, which is on the x-axis. Alright, let's move to the next question. It says, plot the following points on one and the same coordinate system, which means we have to plot all these points given to us on the same graph paper, that is on the same coordinate system. So what do? We take our graph paper, we draw the x-axis and y-axis, we write the scale. Don't forget to write the scale. The scale here is 1 centimeter equals to 1 unit on both the axes, on the x and y axis, both of them. So the first point given to us is A. It has x coordinate as 1 and y coordinate as 3. So let us see where on x-axis does 1 lie. So 1 is here, and on y-axis 3 is here. So we draw a line from 1 towards upside and from 3 towards right side, and the intersection of these 2 points is here. It lies here. So therefore the location of point A with coordinates 1 comma 3 is here, right? So point A lies here. Now the next point has coordinates minus 3 comma minus 1. So let us see where can we locate point B. The x coordinate is minus 3. So minus 3 is here, and the y coordinate is minus 1. So minus 1 on y axis is here. Again, the intersection of these 2 points will be the location of point B. So point B lies here. Next point given to us is 1 comma minus 4. So on the x-axis we have 1 here, and on the y-axis we have minus 4 here. The intersection of these 2 lines will be the location of point C. So point C lies here with x coordinate as 1 and y coordinate as minus 4. Point D has coordinates minus 2 comma minus 3. So on the x-axis we locate minus 2. So minus 2 on the x-axis is here, and on the y-axis we locate 3. So on the y-axis the value of point 3 is here. Again, the intersection of these 2 points will be the location of point D. So point D lies here. Next point given to us is 0 comma minus 8. So the x coordinate is 0. So on the x axis we have the x coordinate 0 here, and on the y axis the y coordinate is given to be minus 8. So minus 8 on the y axis is here. So point E lies on the y axis. Lastly, the coordinates of point F is x coordinate is 1 and y coordinate is 0. So on the x axis we have 1 here, and on the y axis we have 0 here. So this point F lies on the x-axis. So that's how we plot all these points on the same coordinate system. Do not forget to write the scale. Okay, question number 5 says, in the graph alongside, line LM is parallel to the y-axis. So we have this line here, LM, the name of the line is LM, and this line is parallel to the y-axis. So these two lines are parallel to each other. The next part of the question says, what is the distance of the line LM from the y-axis? Now if you all observe, this line has points L, P, R, Q, M. All these points are at the same distance. Since they lie on the same straight line, they are at the same distance from the y-axis. So from 0, if you see, this line intersects the y-axis at point R, which is here. So from 0 to R, if you see the distance, it is 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3. So on that basis, you can say that this point, this line, and every point on this line is at a distance of 3 units from the y-axis. So the distance between y-axis and this line LM is 3 units. Next question says, write the coordinates of the points P, Q, and R. So if you observe, point P is here. So this point P intersects the x-axis at point 3 and it intersects the y-axis at point 2. So the coordinates of point P are with x coordinate as 3 and y coordinate as 2. Next, we have to write the coordinates of point Q. So point Q is here. Again, if you see, this point intersects the x-axis at point 3, and if you draw a line here, it intersects the y-axis at point -1. So the coordinates of point Q are 3, -1. And lastly, point R. So point R is here. If you see, it lies on the x-axis. It's nowhere in the plane, right? So if it lies on the x-axis, its x coordinate will be 3 and y coordinate will be 0. Next question says, what is the difference between x coordinates of points L and M? So point L is here and point M is here. If you see, the x and y coordinates of point L are 3, 3. That is, if you draw a line from L towards the x-axis, it intersects the x-axis at point 3, and if you draw a line from L towards the y-axis, it intersects the y-axis at point 3. So point L has coordinates 3, 3. Similarly, point M lies here. If you draw a line from point M towards the x-axis, it intersects the x-axis at point 3. And from M, if you draw a line towards the y-axis, it intersects the y-axis at point -3. So the coordinates of point M are 3, -3. They have asked us what is the difference between the x coordinates of these 2 points. So the x coordinate of these 2 points are 3 and 3, and the difference between them. So we have to subtract. Therefore, if we minus 3 from 3, we get 0. So the difference between the x coordinates of points L and M is 0. The next question, number 6, says how many lines are there which are parallel to the x-axis having a distance of 5 units? Now we have to imagine a line or one or more line which is parallel to x-axis. So we know that this line is parallel to x-axis. So if this is our x-axis, it will be somewhere lying either here or either here, right? Either above the x-axis or below the x-axis, because it's given that this line is parallel. Now, if it is a parallel line, if it is parallel to the x-axis, then we can have 2 possibilities. It can be parallel to the x-axis above the x-axis, that is, it will have a positive value, or it can be a line that is parallel to the x-axis but it is below the x-axis. That is, it can have a negative value. So we can have two lines which are parallel to the x-axis. Now it also says it is at a distance of 5 units. Now we can have two values here. Since it's given 5 units, it can, if it's above the x-axis and it is at a distance of 5 units, it will be y equals to 5. And since again it's given that it is at a distance of 5 units from the x-axis, but if it's below the x-axis, it will be at a distance of -5. If you see from x-axis to this line, the distance is -5 units. So this line will be y equals to -5. So when they ask how many lines are there which are parallel to the x-axis and having distance of 5 units, we can have two lines. So the first line could be y equals to 5 and the second line could be y equals to -5. Both these lines, if you all observe, they are parallel to the x-axis, that is, they satisfy the given condition, and both these lines are also at a distance of 5 units from the x-axis, that is, they satisfy the second condition as well. So we can have two such lines. One is y equals to 5 and the second one is y equals to -5. The last question says, if a is a real number, what is the distance between y-axis and the line x equals to a? Now they have given us that a is a real number. Now since it is a real number, we have both positive and negative real numbers. So a can be either a or -a. So the first point says, since a is a real number, it can be either +a or -a, a positive value or a negative value, right? Now the line x equals to a passes through x-axis, therefore the y coordinate will be 0. Now it has been given that the line is x equals to a. So we know since it's x equal to a, it will pass through x-axis. Now as these two lines, if you assume, if it passes through the x-axis, it intersects the x-axis at certain point, right? Here and here. So we can assume if it passes through x-axis and it intersects at this point here, and if it passes through x-axis and it intersects at this point here, a value of a will be either 5 or -5. So a here becomes 5 and a here becomes -5. Therefore, the coordinate of this point will be 5, 0 and the coordinate of this point on the x-axis will be -5, 0. So our y coordinates will be 0 here since these 2 points lie on the x-axis, which also means this line x equals to a is parallel to y-axis. So if you all observe, both these two lines, they are parallel to the y-axis and it passes through 2 points here on the x-axis. It can be either to the right of y-axis, that is a can be a positive value, or to the left of y-axis, that is a can be a negative value. So if you observe, it is in the right of y-axis, so it is a positive a, and if it is on the left of y-axis, it is a negative a, right? So if a is a real number, what is the distance between y-axis and the line x equals to a? So we assumed our a to be 5 here. Since it intersects these two lines, we assume to intersect the x-axis on these 2 points. So if it is a real number, it can be either a positive number or a negative number. So a can be either positive or negative, and in that case, the value of a will be modulus of a or mod a, which can be written like this. So that's it for this video. I will catch you in the next one. Happy learning!